Conventions are what births executive or political parties. It is those political leaders that now direct all party affairs towards successful elections. Today, the APC is gearing up for a convention that will produce the national chairman, and we'll be speaking with one of the contenders. He's a businessman, a politician, and a philanthropist. He is currently the Turaki of Ilorin. He is Malam Saliu Mustapha. It is great to be with you, sir.
Good evening. You're welcome.
So, in Nigeria, it is no longer news that our majority of population who are voters are actually of uninformed or misinformed voters. How will your term as national chairman, if elected, help sway voters to your party?
Well, for me, it's a very easy task. It has to do with voters' education, which the umbrella body that oversees electoral matters is doing on its own part. As a party, we must carry out sensitization and also voter education in such a way that we will make them see the benefit of giving APC their support or their vote. In that front, we will rather be marketing our manifesto so that people will know what APC intends to do, our ideological path, and what APC is all about. So it's going to be a continuous voters or public enlightenment, which I think will continue to give the public the knowledge of what APC stands for and why they should support or vote for APC to remain in government.
Can you assess the ambit of branding political spread of contenders and your party? And how can you change the narrative if you're elected national chairman? National chairmen and state governors are mostly at loggerheads, especially when they are from the same state. They actually have issues of power tussle as to who is more superior to holding on to the structure of the party. If you become national chairman, what would you do differently, and how would you manage such a crisis?
Well, basically, like my slogan is that we'll be doing it differently. We intend to introduce a number of measures or mechanisms, or rather policies, that will help, one, market the ideology of the party, the aspirants or the candidates at that time, what they will be promising, and also making sure we adhere to the party manifesto so that our dividends can be evenly spread and the populace can easily pinpoint to our dividends or to the dividends of democracy by then. So it's all about the approach you use. In fact, I have even gone further to enlighten or to explain to people that under my leadership, if given the opportunity as the chairman of APC, I will introduce what we call the Progressive Institute of Nigeria, PIN, which will be more of the core or the engine room, the research and development center of APC, where we will set up a lot of departments and also give ourselves targets so as to be able to meet up with our promises to the electorate. For instance, we will also make sure before the electorate are able to hold us responsible for not performing, we as a party will have been able to have a peer review mechanism to be able to call our representatives to order to say, look, you've been voted to represent us in so and so place. You are doing well, you are not doing well. So we create some kind of competition whereby everybody will want to perform optimally. And for those who are not performing well, even before we get to the electorate for the next 4 years, we will be able to decide that this person is not worthy of being our representative so that he doesn't take us to another defeat in the general election.
Case in point, Oshiomhole versus Obaseki, Governor Wike versus Secondus. If you become the national chairman, what would you be doing differently to manage such feud and such ego?
Well, it's a very simple task for me. It's about coming to serve. It's not about coming to contest for titles. Once you have it at the back of your mind, there is a call to serve, not a call to contest for titles, then you'll be guided by what you are there to do and achieve. And at the same time, there is a document that binds all of us. That is the party constitution. I will make sure there is a strict adherence to that party constitution. Once you have that, then there is a cut-out line of duty for everybody, that it will be difficult for you to start having this corridor or rubbing shoulders or trying to struggle for prominence. Everybody has his role and his line of duty. So this will further also enrich the party itself, because we will make sure that every state governor is accorded his respect, his honor as the leader of the party in the state. And at the same time, we will also involve other stakeholders for a robust consultation so that nobody will be left out. It will be an all-inclusive game, so no one-man show in it, and nobody will now start feeling that he owns or he dictates everybody's fate in the party. So it's all about management and how you are able to, administer the rules or the terms and conditions of the party.
Sir, is the gender gap in politics closing or wider than it usually is? Before you're coming, if you now become the elected national chairman, how would you do things differently to include our women in politics?
Well, one is by encouraging both the women and youth to become more responsive to the cause or to the roles they take up in political party participation, and to also encourage them and to give them a sense of belonging. Try and make it an inclusive, environment for them. There are one or two things that sometimes when we look at it, it really does not encourage, especially the women folk in our political space. All these ideas of holding late night meeting, no responsible mother or housewife will be in a political party meeting at 2 o'clock. So some of these things we have to do it differently. We have to change our approach. We have to make sure we give them an opportunity to participate. Instead of shifting meetings to midnight, let meetings be held in the daytime where they can participate. And then we can also help to bring the women and youth to a certain level to maximize or to give them a certain advantage, that we will make sure certain percentage irreducible of or we'll make sure we allocate certain percentage to them so that they will be able to participate. And when they're able to do that, that will further give them an opportunity to represent each of these gender gap that we've been looking at, that sometimes there is a minus in. And more importantly, personally, in my own opinion, and I hope I'm there to be able to push and sponsor such things, why can't we as a party introduce measures that will make sure every deputy in any chief executive position is allocated to either a woman or a youth, so that this can become a process of mentorship for the younger generation or women?
Some say the term youth is political, meaning it is a term used to represent a person who the society feels is immature or inexperienced, something that probably defines powerlessness and lack of self-efficacy. Do you believe in such a theory, and what would you do differently to include the youth in all of your agenda?
Well, basically, I first and foremost want to thank the Almighty for making me an exemplary younger generation person, and also one who encourages potentialities in the younger generation. Like I said earlier on, I would try and encourage and also promote policies that will help give the younger generation an opportunity, because we like it or not, they will become the leaders of tomorrow. So any one of us that finds his or herself in an opportunity or advantage position, you must always think of the younger ones to see how you can also prepare them, so that there will be no accidental driver on the seat when he's not prepared for it. So for me, I'm one of those few people who want to invest in the younger generation, be it in education, in skill acquisition, in business or trade, or in leadership mentoring. It is one of my core areas of interest. So I will always do this, and I will continue to find or explore better ways of doing it, so that we can have a prepared and progressive youth, can have a progressive generational advancement of the future leader.
What sort of leader do you think APC need right now, going to 2023 election and beyond?
Well, it's very simple. What APC needs today is, one, a leader who will be able to look at where we are coming from and also take APC to the future, and to be able to sustain on the gains already recorded by President Muhammad Buhari's administration, so as to also put APC and the President Muhammad Buhari's administration in good record.
We actually wanted to part with this. I am one of your students, one of your own, and feedback from people from Kwara State. They wish you well. They are proud of you as a son, as a leader, as a voice, particularly for your youth development and your philanthropism. They are saying, yes, they wish you all the best you need and all the best you want and all the best you desire in your pursuit as the national chairman of APC, that they are proud of you as a son. God bless you. Yes, please.
Well, thank you, and I must say I feel highly elated and very humble for these few words of yours. I pray the Almighty Allah see us through, and may we continue to be there to add value to our immediate environment. Thank you very much.